Hello there everybody, this is Krista and welcome back to Crochet Witch Tarot. Today, I thought I would do a video for my Leo season decks. Now, I do not usually switch out decks I use by astrological sign, but since I've been following along with the deck and walk from Marlena Teresa, I don't know. It has caught my interest, and I love seeing other people's videos for this, and something about Leo season got me excited. I don't know what it is. Probably just the, boldness and opulence of it. But I thought I'd give it a go. Now, so I have a basket that I keep my decks I use for kind of like my daily draws. So that's what we're looking at today. Now, I don't necessarily stick to this, but this is sort of like the basket I put decks in where I'm like, I want to focus on these. Puts them right in front of my face. So, what I have to show you today is a basket full of decks that I feel fit into Leo season. So I have here this is from my Mystic Mondays Astro Alignment deck. So I took out the Leo cards, so our keywords here are courageous, regal, and loyal. And then the Mouseboat Tarot came with astrology cards for whatever reason, so we have the Leo there. Isn't that so cute? I am planning on doing a walkthrough of this deck, soon. Yes, so just so you know. If anyone is looking for that, soon. Let's just get into it, shall we? Because I've got quite a few to show here. We're gonna start off with the first one, nudity warning. If you're watching with small children, don't. The Abyssal Tarot. Now this deck is kind of cool because I feel like it fits into a lot of the, summer month astrological signs. Apologies for my lack of thoughts. It's currently 7 a.m. and I felt like doing this. So, I've not talked to any other human today. Anyways, I had this out for Cancer season as well because, all the photos are taken completely underwater, which is so cool, but there's something so bold and luxurious about this, and to me I almost feel like it fits a little bit better into that Leo season because it's just full of people being unashamedly themselves. I mean, they are naked in water. It doesn't get more confident and vulnerable than that, but there's also all these fiery red tones. It's really interesting how for a deck that's underwater, I almost feel like it feels more fiery to me. The theme of my basket here is definitely just kind of luxurious, bold, confident. And this, I feel like, really fits the bill in every which way. I'm really loving getting to know this deck. It is something else. It's an experience. So, that is the Abyssal Tarot. I think that was my only nudity warning. But we'll see. I can't really remember. Anyways, doesn't matter. We've got a mix of Oracle and Tarot here as well, and I'm not going to do it in any certain order. We're just grabbing from the basket. So this is my mixed together Messenger and Secret Oracle. I love this bag I found for it. Isn't that so pretty? It fits both the books and the decks. It's the same person who made another deck bag that I've shown plenty of times. But it's in this box as well, so we'll see it. But these Raven Falon decks, something about them just feel really special and luxurious. I feel like the word opulence really fits the bill when it comes to these decks, and they have this undeniable, summery, fiery energy to me. But the way she kind of uses color and shadow and light, I don't know, just makes all of her artwork feel really special. Especially all the bold colors. This has been such a favorite of mine lately. It has just been on my desk here nonstop. I've been using it a lot for Dawn Michelle's monthly medicine this month, which you will see more of in my monthly recap video, but yes, this one, I didn't want to put it away after, because I don't think it'll fit the theme of next month's monthly medicine, but she's gonna be in our Leo basket, so it's okay. Oh, look at this card. Are you kidding me? So good. Now, I do have the Dreams of Gaia Tarot, and I am considering, I've got the mini one, I am considering putting it in this basket as well, but I haven't yet. I've kind of been doing some other work with it, so other than like daily draw. So I'm not really sure. We'll see. Alright, next up, we've got the Tiger Tarot. So the symbol for Leo is the lion, but in my brain, any sort of large cat will do, because I don't have any lion-themed decks. I have been looking at the Lioness Tarot Oracle. I think that's really cool, but I have this Tiger Tarot that is decently new to me, that's also a collage deck that I really want to spend more time getting to know, so this is my big cat deck for Leo season. But I really love this one. Again, the tigers, it just makes me think of Leo, but also everything going on in here is really, there's this boldness and confidence to it. Like, look at this one. This one you have to turn sideways, and it's just like, well, I don't care if you have to turn me sideways. That's your own problem if you have a problem with it, you know? That's just the vibe it gives off. And it is, from what I've used it to read so far, it is really unapologetic in what it has to say. It's just gonna say what it's gonna say and not apologize for it. It really is a cool deck. And it feels luxurious also in the way of, like, it wasn't hard to get, but it wasn't easy. It was really interesting. You had to, like, email the, what would you call, like, I don't know if it was, like, someone who works at the museum where these tarot images are on display. They're the ones distributing the deck. It's so interesting. It's not like the creator. So you have to email them, and basically they sent like a Venmo invoice and just mailed it. It was really interesting. I mean, it went totally smoothly. It came super fast. So not to say it was like sketchy per se, but it was just like a different roundabout way that I've just never had to do. Other than buying decks like used or something, but yeah, it was very interesting. So that is the Tiger Tarot. I'm very excited about this one. I am taking the time to put all these back because I don't want to mess, you know? Alright, next we've got the Gardens and Goblins Tarot. I love this one, but have not been using it much lately. I don't know why, but I feel like it could be because this deck has a real harvest kind of vibe to me. Maybe not harvest per se, but this is a real, like, dog days of summer, height of summer kind of deck, because everything in here is blooming and ready for picking, and at least where I live, we're kind of just getting into that. I picked my first zucchini 2 days ago. Very exciting. But all the flowers are in bloom now. So I feel like now is the time for this deck. It does absolutely have this boldness to it. And again, it just, for where I live, it feels really seasonal to this specific moment. Because while I've had things blooming, it's kind of been those springtime plants. This deck feels more true summer to me, which is right now. So I'm really excited to have this one out. I love all the bold colors. So good. Something about Leo Season 2, it feels like collage. Collage decks were just making sense when I was picking out the decks. So that is the Gardens and Goblins Tarot. Next, we've got the Seasons of the Witch Beltane. Now I know we are well past Beltane now, but something about this one, it doesn't even feel like... I understand where it fits the theme of Beltane itself, but for where I live, the imagery doesn't really totally make sense to that time of year. Again, this is more like what's happening outside in my world now. And so this is a deck, especially since, you know, they have not come out with any other spring, summer holidays, celebrations, however you want to say that. I just use this all spring and summer long. And I really love it. Oh, like, look at that card. It's so beautiful. It just feels like it really fits well into both spring and summer, especially for me, summer. It feels like a summer deck to me because of all the yellows and greens and just the goldenness of it. It has really that Leo vibe. I love these decks so much. I just think they're so well done. I don't have the Mabon one yet, just because, I don't know. It's mass market, so I'm just gonna buy it when I feel like the season for this one is over. But I do plan to get that one. So, Seasons of the Witch Beltane. In the basket. Okay. Well, I guess we kind of are going through the oracles first by accident. I guess I just happened to put them in last. Next, we've got the Fairy... I always forget the name of this one. Meanwhile, it's like my favorite. Fairy Temple. Fairy Temple Oracle. Now, this is the other bag I have that I've talked about. Same one that made the Seeker Oracle one I have. But this deck is out because it just feels luxurious and it has that true opulence to it because of the artwork. I feel similar to this as I feel towards the Raven Falan artwork. It just, something about the way it captures light is so good. Now this is an all-season deck for me. It's probably... I don't know, I feel like I don't really have like a number one fairy deck, but it's probably between this one and like the Brian Froud Fairy Oracle and the Heart of Fairy, kind of probably all tied for that spot. Ooh, something on that one, gross. But I really love this one, especially in the spring and summer. It feels like the season for it right now, especially. And again, it's just got that sense of luxury to it that I kind of associate with Leo season, of just like a little bit over the top, a little, like just feeling special. So, Fairy Temple Oracle. Alright, let's just, you know, we are on the track of going through the oracles, so let's just keep going, and then we'll move on to the tarot. So next up, we've got the Witch Oracle. This is the woman in total control of herself, question mark? The one that was on Kickstarter, but now you can get it from US Games, which is confusing to me. Not that confusing, but like, I don't know. I feel like I paid a lot more than I needed to, but that's okay. I think with the Kickstarter you got like 2 extra cards or something. I don't know. But I do really like the deck, so it's okay. Now, this one, I think I kind of selected because it's upside down. Yeah, we're just entirely upside down. Because it does feel kind of, with this glossy finish, I really like it on this deck. It's kind of got, again, I keep using the same words, but it's got this opulence to it. And the theme of the deck feels like the point is to kind of work on self-worth and confidence. So I thought it would really, really fit well with the Leo season vibe. It's got this really kind of feminist, empowering feel to it that I really have been enjoying. And it does, it feels luxurious. And I bet you it's probably the same cardstock and such if you bought it now mass market. So I do definitely recommend this one. I think it's really great. I've been totally enjoying it. So that is the Witch Oracle, which is the acronym. I love the bag I got for this too. It kind of matches because the bags have like a moon, sort of. I don't know. I just like it. Alrighty. Next, we've got, back again, Oracle of the Roses. Did she ever really go away? Not really. I did put her down for a while though. But something about roses just, it makes me think of Leo season. I think it's, especially with these backs with that red color. Roses are in bloom right now. I mean, they kind of, at least the ones I have, are kind of in bloom for a long time in the summer, which is wonderful. But they are really associated with a certain sense of luxury. Like if you think of buying a bouquet of roses, that feels like a luxurious act. And even growing them, I don't know what it is, that it just, I don't know, it feels luxurious, like this old English garden almost. I have a rose that looks like this right now. It's so pretty. They're just so beautiful and special feeling, even wild roses. So it just really felt like it belonged in this basket. So, Oracle of the Roses. Okay, last but not least for oracles, we've got the Animal Apothecary. I've been really loving this one as well, and I feel like its inclusion in here was definitely the colors. It's really got these bright, bold colors, but also the messages on here really don't hold back either. They've got a very interesting vibe to them. And I also wanted to put it in here because I really love how it pairs with another tarot. I will show in a bit. I mean, I've kind of, no spoilers, no spoilers. But I've been loving this deck. It's really took me by surprise. It's such a good one. I love the artwork on it. It has this boldness to it that I think it just really fits the bill for Leo season. And I do like in my basket to have a animal, fairy, and plant deck. So this kind of takes the spot for the animal. So that is the Animal Apothecary Oracle. Alright, moving on to the tarots. First up, I have the Zeke's Arcana Tarot. Now I think we all know the reasoning behind including this in a Leo season basket. It's just where it fits. I mean, first of all, this bright pink with the pink edges. Oh my goodness. But this deck is like the extra of all the extra. And I think, to me, that's what I see Leo season as. It's like, it's just a little bit extra. Like, you have to do everything just a little bit over the top at least. And that's what this deck feels like to me. It's got all the bold colors. There's a confidence in this art style. And on top of that, it's like it's a nice quality deck, so it feels luxurious. The whole experience just feels special and a little wonky. But I really love this one. I'm excited to have it out for Leo season. I feel like maybe bar one other deck this was probably the second deck I thought of when I was thinking about putting my Leo season basket together. I knew this one had to be in there. It's just so good. I could look at this art all day long. But, so we've got more to look at. Look at the trolls. Oh my gosh. So, that is the Zeke's Arcana Tarot, and I love the bag I made for it too. That's another thing that feels luxurious about it, is it's not even picking up on camera super well, but it is this hot pink yarn that my sister dyed, and I saw it, I don't remember what we were at her house for, but we were at her house, and she had it drying over her banister, and I saw it and I was like, that seems like it must be for something. She was making it for like a trunk show she was doing. I was like, can I have one? And so she let me take a skein of it, and immediately I made a bag for this deck. Alright, next, another one in that same kind of category. We've got the Desert Illuminations, which entirely is the bold colors, the bit of wonkiness to it. I feel like anyone who makes a deck that's just a little bit out there, a little bit strange, there's such a confidence to that, of like, this came entirely from my own head, and you're all gonna enjoy it. Like, yes, okay, I am enjoying it. I love the colors of this deck. It's so good. And with that desert kind of theme, it feels like that heat of summer, like the real height of summer I feel like we're in right now. I love looking through this one. I haven't even read much with it, honestly. It's just one I like having around, but I'm curious to see if it's just now is the time for it. Which I think it is. Look at those, the chilies and the aliens. Oh, it's so good. I love it so much. It's a good mood. It really is. Like, come on, that's so good. So, that is the Desert Illuminations Tarot. Alright, and next we've got the Mystic Masters Tarot. I don't know what it is about this deck that makes me think of summer, but I just do. But also, just with the style of art, there is this luxury and extraness to it. And also a boldness, because it's like we've got these very classic paintings, illustrations, and this deck is by Danny Mystic, which I'm sure we all know. But she took those pictures and just painted over them herself and added her own textures and details, and like, there's such a boldness to doing that. I think it's so cool. I really love this deck. I think it's all like the reds and oranges that really come through to me that makes it feel very summery. Oh, like, look at that Emperor. I do use it year round, but it really did feel like a Leo season deck to me. Because as you'll see as we keep going, I also wanted to kind of pull out my, what do I refer to them as? Like kind of high art decks, because there is just a certain luxury to using those. So that is the Mystic Masters Tarot. Moving right along, we've got the Golden Tarot. Now this is the new linen edition, so that adds to that luxury for sure, but this one was all about, I mean, it's called the Golden Tarot, so all the gold just felt so Leo season to me, but also, again, brings in those kind of high art elements. Is that like the right term? If anyone has a better descriptor, let me know. Because I don't mean to say that any other art is like low art, you know? I mean like museum, like it's a museum kind of deck. What was I saying? Something about that kind of art in decks though, really it just feels, even if the deck itself isn't expensive, like this is a mass market deck, it just makes it feel like it's this expensive, luxurious experience of like getting to experience that kind of historical artwork in my own home and through this certain lens. So this really just felt, this just feels like leaning into that luxury and opulence of Leo season that I feel is there. I love this deck so much. Oh my goodness. And on the new linen cardstock, let me tell you, so good. So, the Golden Tarot. Alright, let's just keep going with that theme. Why not? Next, the Victorian Romantic Tarot. I have already been using this a bunch. I'm so excited about it because I feel like it's finally clicking for me. I've had this for quite some time now and just haven't really been using it. I don't know, thought maybe we weren't making the connection, but it's happening now. And this is like luxury of all luxury because it's an expensive deck. It's got this like cold foil stamping that makes it shimmery and shiny, and again it's got that old historical artwork, and so everything about it just feels so luxurious that it had to come out for this. Whenever I'm reading with this deck, I can't help but feels so extra and bougie. And to me, I feel like that is such a aspect of Leo season, is like just make everything a little bit bougie. But I really love this one. I'm so excited. It's finally working. And you know what made me pull this one out is I was really looking at that new tarot of Aphrodite, which is beautiful with the pink. Ugh, it's so good. But I was like, you know what? This feels like it's got a similar-ish vibe to the Victorian Romantic, at least like artwork-wise. I gotta use that because I have it, and I'm so glad that sparked this because I have all of a sudden just been absolutely loving it. It's so good. So that is the Victorian Romantic Tarot. And I've got one more in this kind of museum art category, and then just two more after that. So this is the Pre-Raphaelite Tarot. This deck just feels like summer to me. It's the colors for sure. There's so much green and orange and gold going on that I feel like it just had to come into this Leo season basket because I've been loving this deck. It's so good. And something about it really does scream Leo to me for some reason. I think it's the gold, and it feels like every card feels like it's this kind of hazy summer day. It's almost like I can feel the temperature where they are, and it is warm. Do I have anything else to say? No. I feel like it's straightforward on this one. I just like it, you know? This is one of those ones where it's not bringing any sort of like mind-blowing wow factor per se, but oh, look at that card, so beautiful, but I just like it, and that's why it's here. So that is the Pre-Raphaelite Tarot. Alright, next we've got the Lillifer Tarot. This deck is undeniably bold and a little bit out there, makes you think a bit, so the reading experience is always just a little bit extra. I love the colors in it. It feels like a confident deck. Like, it knows it goes its own way a bit. You kind of gotta work for it. And it's worth that, you know? It's worth the extra work. And I feel like this deck knows that. But I really do love this one. I'm so curious to see the new edition coming out. I didn't back that on Kickstarter because I really love this copy I have. I didn't really think I needed to, but I am curious to see how the new one just shuffles and looks. I don't know. So exciting. But I love this deck. I'm excited to have it out, especially to try as a daily reader with just one card. I think that's going to be really interesting. So, that is the Lillifer Tarot, and we've got one more. And this one is like my Leo season of Leo season deck. This is the first one I thought of, and it is the Crimson Asteria Tarot. This deck just is Leo season to me. I mean, we've got these shiny gold backs with the red. Everything is red and gold, and the cards are a little bit larger. They've got this beautiful red edging. It is luxurious and out there and just completely red and gold. It's undeniably just this like fiery Leo energy to me. It's got this confidence to it of knowing it's a little bit strange, but it just reads so well for me. I love that the cards are this larger size. It's just like, it's this feeling of like, I'm gonna take up space and you just have to work with that. Which, now that I'm thinking of it too, I could have included like the Touchstone Tarot in here. I might still take that out. I don't know. But regardless, I love this deck. It's one that I really tend to just use in the summer months, and I haven't even really used it yet, but it's kind of one of those where it's every time I go back to it, it's like we pick up right where we left off. I love it. I think it's so fantastic. I can't wait. I did back the Solera Occulto, the new version, on Kickstarter. I cannot wait. So exciting. Like, look at that. All the red. It's so good. So, that is the Crimson Asteria Tarot, and that is the last deck I had to show you today. So those are my decks I've got out for Leo season. I would love to know what you all are thinking of using if you work with your decks in that way. But other than that, I hope you're having a fantastic week so far, and I'll see you again very soon.